walk us through step by step, like as if we were a couple in your office and we came in and one of the resentments was the first one on their list was like, they just come home, they don't give me any attention, and they just go on their phone and waste time and don't, I haven't seen them all day and I just feel like they don't love me. Like, how do you, as if the audience and us as a couple, how do you even help them? Step one, what do you say?
And let's do the wife is a stay-at-home, because I get this a lot. And the husbands will be, I provide for the family. And I'm like, awesome. I said, is your job 24 hours a day, 7 days a week? I'm like, no. I said, neither is hers. You have defined working hours, so does she. When you come home, your job is to engage in the family. Great, you've done your job, you provided, cool. She's done her job all day, whatever those roles and responsibilities are during the day. Now when you're both home together, give her a break. Let her take a minute to herself. Yeah, but I worked all day, I'm stressed. Cool, you got your drive home to unwind and switch from business mode, work mode, to home mode. And then really engage. If we're walking through the resentments, I'll understand the resentment. But a lot of times, and especially men, are physically present, but they're not mentally or emotionally present. They're in the house, but they're not there. And they're on their phones, they're scrolling, they're looking on, I'm shopping on Marketplace because I need to buy things for my family. No, you're trying to look at toys for yourself. You're escaping in your phone because you don't want to be present in your own home. Show up. And Angel has 100% permission to say, Jason, you're not present. I need you here. Why? Because I want to know when my wife feels like I'm not here. And I'm an internal processor. I can get lost in my brain. I can be up there for hours, days, if you let me. I need somebody to snap me out of it. So making sure your spouse has the ability to say, you're not present. If you have an employee that comes into work and they daydream all day long, you're just sit there and do that. You're okay. I'm good with that. No. Dude, you need to get together and you need to show up when you're here. It's the same thing at home. You need to show up when you're here. If you've had a really bad day, text your wife before you drive. Don't do it while you're driving. Say, I had a horrible day. When I get home, I need a half hour to just do nothing. And then just do nothing when you come home. She has a time bound of how long it is. She knows the break's coming. She's willing to give you that time because she knows when you're done, you'll show up. And when she gives you that 30 minutes, show up. Why? Because she'll give it to you every time you ask for it if you're willing to show up. And I have people schedule downtime for each other. Take one day a week and say, this is your day off. Go do what recharges you individually. I do what recharges me individually, and it's kind of works because I'm an extrovert, so I go out of the house. That gives Angel downtime because she's an introvert and she recharges. So if my daughter and I are both gone, she's recharging. And when I'm gone and I'm around people, I'm recharging. So we both come back together with full batteries and we can engage back into marriage.
I want to touch on some tactical advice and pick your brain more there to give people something to grab onto and take from this. But let's talk about major life crisis, major life events, loss of spouse, child, just death, grieving, any of those extremes or even natural disaster. Where does your brain go when you have people in front of you that are dealing with that, and how can they approach those type of life events?
If your business is struck with a disaster, you'll do everything you can to save it. And because that's your lifeline to provide for your living, to provide for the lifestyle that you had, to take care of that. Often in families, when there's a crisis, they don't align with each other. They attack each other. Why? Their stress levels are high. And it's easy to just vent to the person that you love the most because they'll understand. They love me. Well, they're in a stress point too. Say you're dealing with the loss of a child. That is horrible. No parent should ever have to experience that. If you're experiencing that, that's something that you two have to go, we need to grieve. You have to grieve individually because if I lost my daughter I lost the ability to be a father to her. Angel lost the ability to be the wife. Sorry. Angel lost the ability to be the mom to her. We together lost our child. So there is 3 points of grieving. Angel grieving, me grieving, and then us grieving together. And working through that grief process. And when I did the grief class in my master's, it said, there's no recipe for doing grief and nobody does it well. And I'm like, I like it. Because if you have something you need to grieve, you're going to do it completely different than I do. Anybody that comes in the office in grief, I'm like, cool, do it your way. I'm not going to, but you have to do it. If you don't do it, it will destroy you. And so marriage after marriage is broken up because of a catastrophic event that you can't bounce back from. Because why? You don't grieve yourself and you don't grieve together as a. And it's really that important that when something happens, you view we're fighting for the lifeline of our business, which is our marriage and family. And if it's the loss of a spouse, when I lost my mom, Angel was as devastated as I was. I was probably more hurt because it was my mom, but Angel and my mom had a relationship. Angel cried deeply, and it was not easy for either of us to be available to the other one. And our daughter was crying because she lost her grandma. And it's like, how do we find emotional bandwidth to be available for them? The friends in our lives rallied around and were there for us to support us. I was having my pool time, and because I'm a nice guy, people like me, I do relationship well. He's like, I'm so sorry, and he brought us dinner in the middle of it. And that gave us support from others to try to actually recover and become available to each other so that we could start the grieving process. Me individually, loss of my mom. Angel individually, loss of her mother-in-law. The daytime caretaker to my daughter, and my daughter, the loss of her grandmother, who she loved deeply. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm. I feel like that gives anybody a really good approach and understanding of how more so what the energy and the dynamic shift is